Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with a 600 cost rated match in the Delta Gundam. We're going to be on City Ruins for this match here, and this is a round where I was a bit out of my element here. I'm not really used to playing the Delta Gundam. It's not one of my go-to supports for 600, or really in general. I just don't play the Delta Gundam that much, but I did see it in my MS list, and I do believe this unit did get buffed recently, so I thought, hey, you know what? Why not try the Delta Gundam, try to get some matches in it. And the other thing about this round too is that the enemy team is going to have 3 raid units, 2 of which are currently pursuing me on the bridge here, so not really the most ideal situation to be in a support here, but it does end up going really well in the end. Gonna get a quick counter on the third support here, that being a basic plant. But yeah, the Delta Gundam is a support type mobile suit. It is native to cost 600, and recently it did get a 700 to 750 variant during Golden Week. And this is a very interesting support unit, both kind of just in gameplay and also its history within GBO2. When it released, this unit was considered to be quite strong, and it did get nerfed around the same time as the Swartzum Gallus and the Unicorn. But recently, as I mentioned earlier, I do believe they buffed this unit. I'm very surprised that the heat rod from that OF goof did not hit me. I'm very curious how that managed to miss. Maybe it hit some of the rubble there. But yeah, with the Delta Gundam here, this unit was nerfed, and then I believe it was buffed recently to pretty much be kind of brought back to its pre-nerf state. I want to say they gave it a lot of the same things that it had taken away from it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that may be the case. If not, make sure to correct me in the comments down below. But yeah, I really just wanted to try this unit out. It kind of just interested me at the moment, and really just one of those cases of just not really being sure what unit I wanted to play during the time. For being 600 here, we did have a full team of generals and a raid, so kind of knew I probably wanted to take the support spot, but yeah, again, 3 raid enemy teams, so not the best situation to be in, but we are going to try and make it work here. Coming back to the bridge here, because the bridge is a really nice spot to be on. There is the enemy team's plant, and yeah, you do get plenty of good weapons with the Delta Gundam here. Starting off with your primary, you do get a beam rifle. This is a pretty standard instant stunning beam rifle. You get a beam saber as your main melee weapon. For secondary weapons, you have a rapid fire version of the beam rifle. You have a pair of head-mounted Vulcans. You have the shield beam gun ×2, and then you have the shield itself for defense. And you can also transform as well, giving you the shield beam gun transformed. And being the Delta Gundam, you do also get the anti-beam coating skill at level 1. This was the first suit to have that beam coating skill, which is still one of the worst skills in my opinion. Pretty much it's like you kind of get improved beam defense and a reduction to beam weapon stagger, but once you reach a certain HP threshold, I believe it's 50% on the Delta Gundam with the level 1 skill, you I think lose all of your beam defense. Even if you have like parts on it, I think you just lose all that defense. Your beam defense goes to 0 and it makes you very vulnerable. They used to have this with ballistics for the Chobham armor skill, but I believe they reworked that skill to be a bit better, and I really wish they would do that with the beam coating skill as well. I especially think it's bad for the Delta Gundam because the new 700 and 750 variants it got for Golden Week, they did not increase the level of the beam coating whatsoever. It's still level 1, and at costs like 700, where you have things like the Bartos, which are all ballistic weapons, it's like, you have a suit at that cost that can pretty much hard counter the Delta Gundam, so again, I'm not really too sure what the thinking there was, keeping the beam coating so low. I get it for the native cost version if they want to keep it at level 1, but I do really wish for those higher level versions they would make it a higher level, but who knows if we'll ever see that happen someday. Maybe in some future adjustments if the Delta Gundam gets some usage at those costs. I have not seen the Delta be used at 700 and 750, so there's a good chance that maybe there's not even really data to get it, but yeah, gonna get heavy staggered out of the sky there by the Gyaradoga Heavy Arms. That is another suit that is really good for countering me with that heavy, staggering, ballistic firearm there. Never really talked about the Heavy Arms Gyaradoga after its buff. Yeah, that suit became really good after the adjustments. It was a really poor performing suit prior to it, so yeah, they definitely made that suit a lot better. And unfortunately, I'm going to fumble with my shield beam gun there. I'm going to hit the building there, not considering that my beam gun is on the left arm and not the right, so yeah, I kind of stuck myself out of cover just to get, blown to bits there by the cannon, so not really the best decision on my part there. Right now, trying to figure out where I'm going to spawn. I'm going to spawn at point A here. That is the closest and only beacon point we have currently. And yeah, going to make use of my transformation to fly over to, once again, the same bridge. Really just like this bridge spot for supports. Gives you a lot of really good visibility of the region here compared to, I believe, the other side. At least in some areas. You do have some good openings on the other bridge as well. Kind of had that when I played the Silver Bullet funnel test type. Being on the other bridge, it was really opportune spot to get a lot of good lock-ons with the Saikumo, so could maybe be a thing depending on where everybody is, where the enemy is, and what suit you're playing. But right now, just trying to fall back here, trying to avoid that Gyaradoga Heavy Arms, don't want to get caught in the cannon there. And there is a Victory Gundam on the enemy team. Gonna try to focus them here since they are trying to focus on me. Luckily my weapons have some more range here and I do have type advantage, so gonna try to get as much damage in on them as I can, especially since that Victory is going to be the only thing I have type advantage against here, so really the most opportune target for me to aim after, really. Wish my aim was a bit better during this moment here, since I did miss my shots there, did manage to land a shot on the feet of the downed RF Goof there, but I don't think the double beam gun is going to be a really good part breaker, so don't think I really did too much there. But right now trying to get a good lineup shot on the Victory, and yeah, was able to get a finisher with the beam rifle, so I'm doing pretty nice here. We do have the lead in these last few seconds of the match here. Hitting under a minute, and going to transform to see if I can help out with who's over here. Let's see, you do get mid-air boost as well, which is really nice. There's the enemy team's plants. And yeah, going to get the finishing blow with the rapid beam gun somehow. I thought the tackle from my teammate would have been the finisher there. But let's see, right now just waiting for the enemy team to spawn in. There are some enemies over there, so this is going to be one of the opportunities here where being on this side of the bridge is very beneficial. Following the Jester here, and let's see if we can get some more damage off before the end of the match here. Really right now just trying to see if we can keep our teammates alive so we don't, potentially lose our lead here. But it does look like we are going to maintain it for the last few seconds here. There's the support Gyaradoga. They are about to boost up. Tried to see if I could fire at them, but all my shots were hitting the rim of the bridge there, so again, my aim was not the best during this round here, but it is going to be a mission complete. And let's see how we did here with the Delta Gundam. And yeah, didn't get on the board, but did beat my rival, and third place with 3 kills and 2 loss, and second place in assist score, so not too bad of a round there. Again, not really the most opportune situation for the Delta to be in, facing off a majority raid team, especially for me. As I mentioned, I really don't play the Delta Gundam too much, so probably a lack of skill was also playing into that as well, but again, still went a lot better than I was expecting for this round, and yeah, really that's most of what I have for the match there. The only thing I've kind of noticed about the Delta Gundam that I wish they would change is maybe increase its mobility a little. I think its boost speed is fine, but maybe make it a bit faster in terms of walking speed. I do think it is a little bit on the slower end, but maybe that just has something to do with the lore of this unit. It was, a prototype transforming unit that was never actually built, so maybe that has something to do with it, but yeah, I really would like to see it increase for the walk speed. I think that would be a nice change for this unit. But yeah, other than that, really don't have anything else for this video, just kind of a match I got with a Delta Gundam that I wanted to share. So that's going to be everything I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Delta Gundam. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if that's, I will see you all in the next one. Later.